Burke a major absentee because Burke has a pretty long-standing back injury. There's Joe Cooney, the man who's come back. Now, will he have the pace to last it out there in midfield? But we know he's such a wonderful brain and wonderful wrists and hands, and he will simply spray the ball around if given the opportunity here. So it could be Cooney versus Ollie Baker in midfield. Joe Rabbit, of course, also back. But two other players have done well to recover from injury. Nigel Shaughnessy has had a shoulder injury, while Kevin Broderick has had hamstring trouble. So now the attendants here and the players standing facing the tricolour away down to our left, and it'll be for the playing of Aaron Navia. I noticed that Clare have been making a few changes and switches. David Ford has gone to top of the right. Fergal Hegarty is right half forward. And there's also a switch involving Niall Gilligan, who's gone across to top of the left. But it's the same midfield pairing to start with. Joe Cooney and Fergus Flynn for Galway. Colin Lynch and Ollie Baker for Clare. 70 minutes ahead of them, and before we even get underway, Joe Rabbit here in an exchange with Sean McMahon, and Pat Horan, the referee from Offaly, warning them about their future behaviour. So Hurley's fly and the match gets underway, and Galway go into the first attack, and it's Ollie Fahy there to try and get the lead, and he does so after 6 seconds. What a start. Ollie Fahy from Gort in County Galway, playing his 9th championship match. First attack, first point. And already putting down a marker there, I think, for Brian Lohan. Davy Fitzgerald to puck this one out towards Conor Clancy, starting at full forward. Knocked out that time, however, by Paul Hardiman. Driven away by Cathal Moore. Stopped by Anthony Daly. Added up beautifully over there by Alan Markham. Gilligan was out of position. Brian Feeney going back here. Very talented full-back Brian Feeney, 29-year-old accountant. Alan Markham in trouble over there. Now Colin Lynch just getting there ahead of Joe Cooney and sending that first attack into the goalkeeper's arms. Damien Howe beautifully down here towards Alan Kearns. Inside once again towards Ollie Fahy, trying to give him decent ball. A miss hit there by Joe Rabbit. Still it spills forward. Ollie Canning chasing after it. Back his marker, however, Anthony Daly getting there first. Once more it's Paul Hardiman. Hardiman's a fine player. In towards the man in the corner, Eugene Cloonan. There was speculation that Cloonan might move into full forward because he really gave Brian Lohan a rather tough time in the club final here 2 years ago. Once again it's Ollie Canning. Joe Rabbit trying to make some headway. Stalemate, however. Stopped here. Enda Flannery back helping. That's Liam Doyle. Colin Lynch now next, stopped by Paul Hardiman once again. Shoulder coming in from Ollie Baker, no sign of an injury there as Ollie comes in. And the linesman on this near side is Dickie Murphy, and Ollie is protesting that that ball had gone out over the sideline. But Dickie having a quiet word with him, saying absolutely not, Ollie. So here's Eugene Cloonan to take this. Striking the free and hitting it inside and stopped by the goalkeeper. Davy Fitzgerald does well. Up towards Conor Clancy, has moved out onto the 40 straight away. That may be just a momentary switch, but right now it's Nigel Shaughnessy that bounces away in there. Clare eventually getting it out through the intervention there of Frank Lowen. Ollie Baker whipping it, but whipping it to the left. Well, a flying start, but that first score coming just after about 6 seconds, credited to Ollie Fahy. Damien Howe playing in his second championship match, latest in a long line of Galway goalkeepers. Ollie Baker trying to take it with his right hand, drops down instead towards Fergus Flynn, the Clare man, playing in the Galway colours. Once again it is Alan Kearns chasing after him is Enda Flannery. Flannery playing very deep in this match, and the shot has gone over the bar. Good work indeed by Alan Kearns from Clarenbridge, and Galway have doubled their score. Enda Flannery just looking around right now. He seems to be playing as a third midfielder, and Conor Clancy has gone to the 40, and Clare are leaving just two men inside, Niall Gilligan and David Ford. But it's Joe Cooney who has it. Inside towards Ollie Fahy. Good start by Galway. Sprinting across there was Kevin Broderick. Very nippy forwards, Galway. Here's Brian Lowen towards Paul Hardyman's corner. Stopped by Colin Lynch. Hardyman wins it, however. Stopped back at centre half back there by Brian Quinn. Now Conor Clancy. Coming out to challenge was Vinnie Marr. Well dispatched by Cathal Moore. Nice hand pass back here towards Eugene Cloonan. Blocked by Brian Lowen, and that's gone for a 65, the first of the day. Brian Lowen today playing in his 24th championship match. Eugene Cloonan, the son of Tom Cloonan, Jarlath's his uncle. And it'll be Cloonan who will hit the 65. Clare making lots of changes and switches, showing plenty of fresh ideas, but the big question, can they raise their game after the loss of the Munster final? And of course there's usually one very big performance in Galway per year. They'll be hoping this is their day. Cloonan looking for another Galway score, and that has gone left. So 5.5 minutes gone, most of the attacking being done by the tribesmen. The concerned look on the face of Ger Loughnane over there, parading up and down the sideline, and his fellow selectors are over there as well to encourage the team. Mike McNamara, Sean Stack, and of course Tony Considine. That's gone in beautifully there by Enda Flannery. Brian Feeney back. Feeney from Athenry. First time hurling by Ollie Canning. One back by Anthony Daly. Flies in there towards Conor Clancy. Hops around the place. Gilligan was available. Brian Feeney tries to get the ball out, so too Liam Hodgins, and in the end ball is picked off the ground, and it's going to be a free out for Galway. Conor Clancy looking with a bemused expression on his face there at the referee. Nobody in any particular hurry to take the free down towards Ollie Fahy. Ollie down at the other end waiting there with Brian Lowen. And Galway look like they're preparing a substitute. Michael Healy is being prepared on the far side, and that after just about, well, 6.5, nearly 7 minutes. So there's Michael Healy over there from Castlegar. And who is he going to come in for? It looks like Brian Feeney is being forced off, and that is a very big loss. There was a big story, it was kept fairly quiet, that Brian Feeney had hamstring trouble. Dr. Micheál McGloin there, the Galway doctor, accompanying him off, and so an early change made by Galway. The free taken by Damien Howe, dropping it in there towards Ollie Canning, runs on to Broderick instead, the old chase in after. Kearns gets a touch, can't direct it in however. Eugene Cloonan's around as well, so too Ollie Fahy. This is Fergus Flynn, how he'd love to put one over on his native county. Great ball inside here, and there was a bit of holding, and the referee has whistled. It's got to be a free in. Holding there by Liam Doyle. Liam Doyle from Bodyke then conceding the free. Eugene Cloonan will be the one who will take it. Alan Kearns has got 1 point already in the match. And Liam Doyle has just got a ticking off from the referee, Pat Horan.
Come on, ref, we must be Joe free.
Good sound effects there. You'll gather that Clare aren't too pleased with the early stage of this match from an officiating point of view. But Eugene Cloonan has hit that free well. And once again, Galway increase their lead. Davy Fitzgerald trying to pick out Colin Lynch, but it's stopped by Joe Cooney. Good start by Joe Cooney down towards Ollie Fahy. Oh, that's Kevin Broderick, and he was held back, and it heats up again. Brian Lowen there shaping up with him. So now the free again to be taken by Eugene Cloonan. Referee calling back Frank Lowen. A word with him there as that was beginning to heat up a little. So there's the first yellow card of the match. An indifferent start by Clare. Eugene Cloonan standing over the free. Acute angle comes down off the outside of the post and it goes wide. This was what led up to all of that. Ollie Fahy and Brian Lowen there on one side, and then that is where Kevin Broderick was pulled back by Frank Lowen. In the Flannery switching back into the 40 again, but this is beautifully taken back there. Galway put in some trouble there. Nigel shocked as he couldn't make his clearance. Still they try to take it forward. David Ford stopped. Paul Hardyman once again. Lots of support for both teams, and again it's a free out for Galway. And they made a very fine start to this. Our sideline reporter this afternoon is Kieran Mullooly.
Confirmation for your juror that Brian Feeney has suffered a hamstring injury. He told me going into the game he felt some strain there and he wasn't prepared to play on any further.
Cathal Moore to hit this free. I noticed that Ollie Baker also had his number recorded by the referee. It's a huge free inside. Very good long striking. Brian Quinn tries to get the ball out towards Liam Doyle. Chased by Joe Rabbit. This is won by Joe Cooney. And again, fine distribution here. There were two men running onto it, and it's a fine shot saved there off the stick of Ollie Canning. And it's gone out and gone wide. But it was a very good stop. In fact, the referee, I think, has signalled that there was a foul on the goalkeeper, and it's going to be a free out for Clare. But there were two players over and above that time when Joe Cooney played it into the centre. Alan Kearns was one, Ollie Canning was the other, and that was a fine stop by Davy Fitzgerald, and then he was pushed out of the way by Ollie Fahy. Clare trying to set up their first meaningful attack in this match. Gilligan down there contesting this one with Paul Hardyman. Pat Horan's voice there saying back is small, but they should be back 13 metres. And Dickie Murphy has given the sideline to Clare. Dickie looking quite expressionless, trying to keep tight rein along with the other official, Pat Horan of course, and Tommy McIntyre as well, who's on the opposite line. This to be taken by Ollie Baker. Beautiful cut in by Ollie, and that has dropped just to the right, and it's dropped wide. Incidentally, the programme has listed Ollie wearing 9. In fact, of course, he's wearing 8, and Colin Lynch is the number 9 this afternoon. Damien Howe driving it down towards Fergus Flynn, just got a vital touch to it, has it again, tries to take it around Colin Lynch, Lynch chasing, Flynn striking this one and he's just driven it to the left. That's the third wide for Galway in this match, but all the pressure being exerted by them. And of course the story with Fergus Flynn is that he opted to try his luck with Galway because it became pretty obvious there weren't too many vacancies in the half backline or midfield of Clare. Here's Liam Hodgins, close to the sideline and just gone out there. There is Jarlath Cloonan, of course, former team manager himself.
Cover there, Alan, cover there.
And so far the management decision to bring back Joe Cooney justified, but now the question, will he be able to last the full 70 minutes at the pace he started? This time it's a free to Clare. The referee explaining why the foul there was on David Ford.
You want to take the fucking free or what?
So they give this maximum care, and it's Alan Markham who's going to take it. And finally they get a score after nearly 14 minutes. Markham's first free. This cousin of Sean McMahon is a very, very good free taker himself, of course, and a little bit of joy for the Clare fans. After a poor start by the Munster runners-up, only 2 points between the teams. That's broken down there by Alan Kearns. Paul Hardyman was trying to press forward. Ball is picked off the ground there by Colin Lynch. Second time the referee has blown for that particular offence. The free will be taken by Fergus Flynn. Fergus, who played at centre half back during the league final which we showed you earlier in the year. That match, of course, against Tipperary. Lobbed in and around there towards Ollie Fahy. Cloonan was trying to pull on it as well. Everybody trying to get their stick to it, but it ends up going wide. I think there'll be a lot of concern on the sideline that Clare simply haven't started well and got into their stride just yet. They certainly need to be a bit more purposeful. That's Paul Hardyman. Down towards Alan Kearns. This is won by Liam Doyle. The hand pass into space towards Ollie Baker. Such an important member of the Clare team. A huge one from Ollie, really trying his luck. And the forwards look back at him and say, come on, why didn't you send it in a little bit shorter? That's 3 wides now by Clare. Doesn't look too satisfied so far, does he, Ger Loughnane? Well taken by Alan Markham, aware that he might be hooked there by Ollie Canning. Canning sticking to his task, waiting for support to come. Reinforcements in the shape of Nigel Shaughnessy. Enda Flannery bending his back to try and make a little bit of headway. Space impossible to come by, and it's free to Clare. Enda Flannery started this match as a third midfielder, and now every indication that he has gone into the allotted space, which was on the 40, and certainly Conor Clancy is in and around the fringe of the square. Sean McMahon to strike this one, a huge distance out, good accuracy and a fine point by Clare's centre half back. Bit by bit they've dragged themselves back into this match. McMahon playing in his 20th championship match. Damien Howe. Joe Cooney trying to contest that one. That's Paul Hardyman. Fergal Hagerty trying to make some headway. Hagerty playing in his 12th championship match, by the way. Liam Doyle, partly blocked by Ollie Fahy. McMahon thundering out once again. Colin Lynch. Huge delivery inside, that's a good ball, and beyond David Ford. Clancy tries to close down the goalkeeper, Damien Howe. Out into the centre. Ollie Baker, quick look over his left shoulder. Inside towards Clancy. Trying to nurse it away. Gilligan here. Once again, they try to get that ball away with Vinnie Marr back there. Joe Cooney trying to get it out. Also there is Fergus Flynn. In the end, it's Kevin Broderick down towards a two-man attack, and two Galway players collide. It looks like Cloonan and Fahy both still on the ground as the ball is sent back into the heart of the Galway defence. Nigel Shaughnessy doing some good covering. Flynn is fouled by Ollie Baker, and still two Galway players down here injured. They went for the same ball and ended up in this particular position. Fahy and Cloonan here, all eyes on the ball. Brian Lohan going backwards, but it was the two Galway men who struck there head on. Nasty collision. Well, the doctor needing the assistance of the John's ambulance men there as well. And the match held up by the referee just to make sure that the two players involved, Eugene Cloonan for Martin Rye and Ollie Fahy for Gort, can receive the maximum assistance, and while they receive attention, there is some news from the sidelines.
It's big news, Ger, because PJ O'Connell is just coming into the game for Clare. Ger Loughnane clearly not happy what's been going on there, and he's bringing in PJ at this stage.
So O'Connell comes into the Clare team, into their attack, and certainly Ger Loughnane and Tony Considine there with Sean Stack, I think not one bit pleased with the way the match is developing, but there's still only a point in it. And all this while Galway need time just to attend to their stricken players. There going off, by the way, is Fergal Haggerty. Oh, Fergal Haggerty has had a checkered career in the Clare colours. There he is making his way off. Remember, he was picked for the 97 All-Ireland final against Tipperary. He's in the official team photograph that day, but he never got to start. He did come on, and he was replaced in the second half by Barry Murphy. Eugene Cloonan is back on his feet. Ollie Canning and Kevin Broderick have switched positions, and this free to be taken by Cathal Moore. Cathal, who's played centre half forward as well, a fine lengthy striker of the ball. This breaks in beautifully here. Kearns, and the snapshot from Kearns, just rising over the crossbar. That's his second point. And the man who is marking him this afternoon, Liam Doyle, will have to be a great deal tighter. It's now 4 points to 2. Well, 20 minutes gone in the first half. Enda Flannery rising up for this one. The challenge here is by Alan Markham, who switched across to right, half forward. Daly was trying to contest that one, won instead by Rabbit. Now Kevin Broderick dropping in front of the goalkeeper, swiftly dispatched back down the field by Davy Fitzgerald. Paul Hardyman bats it down, but only to the waiting Ollie Baker. Joe Cooney was coming into hooking. Moore and Hardyman trying to get the ball out. Enda Flannery trying to drive it back in towards the inside forward line, and the referee will hop the ball between a couple of players. Hardyman against Baker. Up here to Niall Gilligan it comes, and Clare have a chance of another score. Niall Gilligan from 6 Mile Bridge usually wears a black helmet, playing without one today. And he's got a valuable point to make it 4-3. PJ O'Connell, by the way, is playing at left half forward. It's Flannery still on the 40, and Markham now across right half forward. So switches aplenty. Joe Cooney, almost playing the game at his own pace. Such a commanding figure in there. Joe Rabbit, the man who gives them physique on the half-forward line. Alan Kearns drops a beautiful ball over the bar. 3 shots by Alan Kearns, 3 points. And Liam Doyle looks around and wonders. It's 5-3. Doyle number 5. Davy Fitzgerald switches the puck out, of course, towards PJ O'Connell's wing. Enda Flannery going in to try and deny space to Cathal Moore. David Ford, the number 10. Taken back there by Kevin Broderick, playing very deep just now. And that's won by Liam Doyle. That will boost his confidence. Towards Colin Lynch, he's beaten for it by Joe Cooney. Fergus Flynn cross there towards Ollie Canning's wing. It's won by Ollie Fahy. Fahy showing pace against Brian Lohan. and that has gone wide. Well, the Galway fans were ready to cheer another point by Ollie Fahy. But they'll be happy, I think, with the first half performance so far. That breaks down off the stick there of Paul Hardiman. Fergus Flynn, he's playing well at midfield. Over towards Ollie Canning, contesting there with Frank Lowen. It's won by Ollie Fahy. Kevin Broderick, and passing it as far as Joe Rabbit. First scoring chance for the Rabbit, and he's scored. Joe Rabbit from Athenry, the man who came back, a man who missed the league campaign but so badly needed. It's 6 points to 3. Galway doing well in many positions right around the field. This is dropped here by Liam Hodgins, won back again however. Gilligan gives chase. Missed by Joe Cooney, ran away from him. There's support from Nigel Shaughnessy, hooped there by PG O'Connell. Back to Joe Cooney, good vision to pick out Kevin Broderick. Good low ball inside towards Ollie Fahy once again, hand passing it, attempting to link up with Alan Kearns. Good work by Brian Lowen. Really settling to his task, giving the leadership there alongside Anthony Daly, the captain from Clare Castle. Big one in towards Clancy. Clancy trying to get the measure there of the full back, Michael Healy, at this stage of the game. Remember, he has replaced the injured Brian Feeney. And that's going to be a free in. And a delighted PG O'Connell doing his little spot of work there and successfully getting the free for his team. And a little bit of concern there about an injury to Vinnie Marr. But what about beautiful skill here from first of all Nigel Shaughnessy and then Joe Cooney. The lovely hand pass into space to Kevin Broderick. So Vinnie Marr attended to there by the team doctor. Like so many of these Galway players, he's come up through the underage structure in the West, winning an under-21 medal in 1996 against Wexford. And today starting his 5th championship match. Matt Murphy was manager before, of course, and he was in very jovial form in the dressing room beforehand, and indeed his entire Galway squad looked very relaxed. Marr goes back to cornerback where he's marking Niall Gilligan. Two sides who know one another so well, the neighbours' sons as it were. And the referee throwing the ball there towards Alan Markham. Paul Hardiman was ready for a slap ball, but instead it's a free to Markham to Clare, and he puts it over the bar. A second pointed free by this very fine player from Kilmaley. It's 6 points to 4, and about 10 minutes to go to the break. The crowds getting behind the two teams. Here's Kevin Broderick, spread across beautifully to Fergus Flynn, going for his own score, and he's made it. Flynn from Abbeydonairry, coached at club level by Matt Murphy, and he followed him into the Galway camp into Abbeydonairry, and he's made it 7 points to 4. That's broken down by Enda Flannery, contesting there with Joe Cooney, but it's Colin Lynch who gets it. Trying to drop this one over the crossbar, he does so. Fine score by Colin Lynch, trying to rally his team right now as they receive wonderful support as always from the Clare followers. Only 2 between them. Clare still trying to shake off the cobwebs from an indifferent start and having lost that Munster final to Cork. Placed against Kilkenny at stake in the All-Ireland semi-final. This is won by Liam Hodgins. Hodgins playing in his 4th championship match. Chasing after him is David Ford. And that has gone once again to the left of the target. And that's 6 wides now by Galway, and they'll be a bit concerned about that. But Liam Hodgins made a very fine run all the way downfield. Hodgins is a really good player, probably best suited to a more central position. Could be full-back, centre-half maybe in years to come. Here he comes once again. O'Connell is trying to stop him over there, succeeds but illegally so. And Cathal Moore taking his time, ready to take the free. Moore from Turlock Moore. That's a ball that's dropping in towards Joe Rabbit. They rise for it, and it's walloped into the back of the net, and it's Ollie Fahy who's got it. First goal of the match. 28 minutes gone. What a devastating finish that was by Ollie Fahy. He got the first point after 6 seconds, and this came from the free from Cathal Moore. They were all rising up for it. Rabbit was about. He went up first. It was missed by McMahon, but not by Fahy, and he wallops it in past Davy Fitzgerald. Well, that will really settle down this Galway team, playing with great determination, and that's a Pharaoh lead, 1-7 to 5 points, but still anybody's match. This is Moore once again. Referee says play on, I'm giving you an advantage. 3 men were after him. He drops it in beautifully in beyond the inside forwards, and there's some restraining back there. And it's by Brian Lohan on Ollie Fahy, the goal scorer. Davy Fitzgerald is out quickly to remonstrate with Pat Horan, but he says back you go. It's going to be a free in for Galway. But all of that coming from that ball that was lobbed in, and Brian Lohan has had his number recorded. They tried to rearrange the face guard there of Eugene Clune. I'm not sure if anything is stuck or what. So Rabbit playing his part. And the ball has been brought into a more favourable position on the 20-metre line because of arguing by the Clare backs. Clunan 1 from 4 frees so far. This should be 2 from 5. Not a difficult free by his very high standards. And a very good first half by Galway. There were those who felt that there was a big performance in this Galway side. They've been so heavily criticised for indifferent performances. They haven't won at Croke Park in a championship match since August '93. They lost that final to Kilkenny. This time it's Nigel Shaughnessy who drags back PJ O'Connell. But very early stages when you're playing against a team like Clare to be talking about possible victory, and he'll know that. 5 minutes to the break. Alan Markham stepping up to hit the free with confidence and with accuracy. That's 3 frees now converted by Markham. Well, the Clare backs have had their problems from time to time. Joe Cooney and Fergus Finn have done well at midfield. There's some very good performances by the Galway half-backs as well. And Alan Kearns has got 3 points so far against Liam Doyle. This is Brian Quinn. Once again it's Ollie Fahy, this time brushed aside by Brian Lohan, the Galway player down on the ground. It's Niall Gilligan stepping up to hit this one for Clare, partly blocked. Runs back there towards Cathal Moore. Moore striking it from a huge distance out, but he has put it to the left and wide. It's Alan Kearns from Clarenbridge who is down injured. And once again the Galway doctor, Micheál McGloin, called in here to attend to an injured player. But he certainly has caused problems for Liam Doyle in the opening half of this match. Not too much doubt about that. This was the challenge again here, and coming across was Ollie Baker, and down went Kearns. Well, being considered a very good player wherever he's played, minor, under 21 and senior level. Enda Flannery, by the way, I've seen switched in on Joe Cooney in midfield. Colin Lynch has gone up to play centre half forward, and of course he's in on Cathal Moore. Moore was dominating. This is broken down by Nigel Shaughnessy. Clare tried to win it back, and the referee deciding there's a stalemate situation building up here, so he's going to throw the ball in. Ollie Baker waiting, and so too is Nigel Shaughnessy. Ollie has it back, but he loses it to Kevin Broderick. That'll be Clare's ball. So just about 2.5 minutes to go to half-time. Galway with a 5-point lead, or a lead of a goal and 2 points. Baker cuts it, and inexplicably it goes out over the same sideline. Watch this just seconds ago here. PJ O'Connell and an attempted headbutt against the midfielder Fergus Flynn. Well, we've seen fellas use their head unfairly and illegally. It's never legitimate to do so, but up against a chap wearing a helmet. Here's Anthony Daly. Well, he ran with that ball, and it might just run here for Colin Lynch. Back there covering, however, once again is Cathal Moore, the centre half back. He was almost lying on the ball there, so his colleagues who were trying to get a clean hit on the ball thought otherwise. Once again the referee will end the stalemate here. Hardiman against Lynch. Very hard pulling. It's Fergus Flynn once again, probably the most motivated of all the Galway players. Joe Cooney almost picked the ball off the ground. It's come back here instead to Alan Markham, and Markham has driven it wide, and it's Clare's 4th wide in the first half, where Galway have dominated. Clare just trying to get their rhythm, trying to get key players playing well in important positions. So far Clare have made just 11 scoring chances against 19 for Galway. Damien Howe with the puck out. Ollie Baker coming to collect. Can he inspire them? Well, he's going for the point himself. The umpires have a right good look at it, and one of them waves the white flag. Ollie Baker, like Colin Lynch, getting in among the scorers. An important point coming close to half-time, and now just 4 points the margin. Ollie watching it again there. Sean McMahon having difficulty getting the better of Joe Rabbit. Rabbit again using his strong physique to try and deny Ollie Baker. Alan Markham protesting that he was being held by Vinnie Marr. Here's Paul Hardiman, part of the Athenry contingent. Bad pass, hand pass, and he comes as far as Enda Flannery. Watching it the whole time back there is the substitute Michael Healy. Healy towards Joe Cooney. Good work by Cooney. Now Paul Hardiman. Alan Kearns. This time he's beaten by Ollie Baker, and this time he holds off Ollie Baker. Ollie looked at the referee, thought the free might be going against him, and then acknowledged that it is indeed going to be a free for Clare. So in injury time, can Clare set up another scoring chance to put possibly just a goal between the teams at the break? Sean McMahon is midway between the two 65-metre lines. Little breeze supporting him. He strikes it well, he strikes it accurately, and he puts it over the bar. Another point from a free by Sean McMahon. And now the game is beautifully poised for a really exciting second 35 minutes. Anybody's match. And all of that in spite of the fact that Galway have been, I think, the better team so far. This is broken down again, collected by Fergus Flynn. Flynn trying to increase, and succeeds in increasing the Galway lead with his second point of this first half. The referee still playing some moments of injury time. A mention of injuries, I noticed that Joe Rabbit was on his knees momentarily, still feeling his back or side. The final whistle of the first half, where Ollie Fahy got the opening point from the very first attack, and very significantly after 28 minutes he cracked in a beautiful goal past Davy Fitzgerald. Clare have been slow to settle. Galway looked the happier going in, but there's very, very little separating the teams, as you'll see from the half-time score, which now reads Galway 1-9, Clare 8 points. made way for them. And first of all, the man in is Stephen McNamara. He's come in and he's gone straight into the top of the right position. Galway, I noticed, also called in a man, one of the subs. That's the change there, Stephen McNamara. Enda Flannery is the one who's made way, and this the 7th ever championship meeting of Galway and Clare. 3 of the matches, of course, took place when Galway were in the Munster Championships back in the 60s. And also there's a change, as I say, by Galway, and the man who is in is Finbar Gantley. Well, there's a change anyway, and Gantley has gone into the right corner back position. In fact, it's his brother Rory who has come in. He wasn't listed in the substitutes at all, Rory, and he's gone into the top of the left position as a substitution for Eugene Clunan. Sean McMahon with this first free of the second half, and a chance to put just a goal between the teams again. McMahon striking the ball expertly in front of an attendance here today of 34,112. So each side then making an alteration at the break. Big one down towards Joe Rabbit. That's one again there by Anthony Daly, trying to inspire his team to lift their performance. That's a hefty challenge there on Michael Healy, who himself came in as a substitute early stages of the first half. And the referee having a word there with David Ford. And the full-back from Castlegar is still on the ground as he was coming out with the ball here. Ford was approaching, and the Clare man says it was shoulder-to-shoulder, referee. But he's had his number taken by Pat Horan nonetheless. David Ford, who is a very sturdy player, student at UL, took on board the role of free taker in the absence of Jamesy O'Connor in earlier championship matches, but today, of course, it's Alan Markham who's taking the close-in frees. This free will be taken by Cathal Moore. Michael Healy, okay, he's gone back to his full-back position. Moore with the breeze now behind him, and it's going towards the right, and they do their best to keep the ball in play, in particular Joe Rabbit. Again, the crowd raise their voices once again in support of their respective teams. Clare beaten in this year's Munster final. Galway, who of course come through one match so far, rather facile win over Roscommon to once again claim the Connacht Championship. Here's Sean McMahon, hoping to do a bit more dominating at centre half back. Here's Ollie Baker, hit 3 wides in the first half, but also got on the scoring sheet. They want big performances from so many of their players. David Ford here, challenged by Paul Hardiman. Back to Liam Doyle. He'll want to turn in a very solid second half. Clancy playing that ball outside into space. Baker had gone forward, but hooked and won back by Vinnie Marr. And the clearance in the end is a big one. Michael Healy dropping it out to midfield. This is Alan Kearns. Had such a good first half, and Alan Kearns has got another point. It's a great performance. Nobody able to tie him down, and in particular his marker Liam Doyle struggling as it's 110 to 9 points. He's had 4 shots so far, Alan Kearns. He's scored those 4 superbly hit points. Back come Clare, and that run down there was by Stephen McNamara, but the referee had whistled back the play in any case. And this time the notebook out. Cathal Moore about to get a yellow card. So that's the second of the match, and Pat Horan explaining into him just exactly why.
Mike.
So it'll be Alan Markham to strike as usual on his left-hand side. Once again, ooh, low trajectory that time. Comes flying back out again. We thought he was going to put the ball over the bar. It's Clancy coming back, a familiar style, shouldered by Marr. There's players waiting, queuing up indeed on the goal line, and the referee has gone in before it develops and gets completely out of hand. Some players absolutely incensed, others playing peacemaker. But a real fiery moment down there in the Galway goal area. That's Alan Markham coming out, getting a nudge in the back for his troubles. I think it was Nigel Shaughnessy who was involved there. The referee now bringing play out onto the 20-metre line, despite deciding that there were a lot of players guilty in that particular instance, though. Joe Cooney, the one who swings that ball out towards Joe Rabbit. It's held up here for Ollie Canning. Jersey pulled by Frank Lowen, through to Galway. I just see Alan Kearns jumping for joy, and lots of Clare players converging on the referee, Pat Hoare. Even the goalkeeper is out of position to remonstrate, and Clare will need to preserve their self-discipline. There's a long way to go in this match, but Davy is furious with that decision. Rory Gantley, the player in picture, and this time the two players that the referee is having words with, Colin Lynch and Ollie Fahy. Lynch being called aside, Fahy likewise. It ends with a shake of the hands, but the referee's not finished with the writing just yet. So will it be yellow cards for both players? Match threatening to get out of hand, and the referee is content with 2 yellows for Colin Lynch and for Ollie Fahy. But I think the referee's patience is wearing thin. And that time Colin Lynch, I think, adjudged to have pulled a bit early. And I noticed that Peter Huban has just come in to the action, and once again Clare are penalised 13 metres by the referee for arguing the toss. That's Peter Huban who's just come in there for Galway, number 18, Peter from Kinvara. So Galway now have made 3 changes, bringing on Michael Healy, bringing on Peter Huban, bringing on Rory Gantley, and the man who's forced off is Michael Healy himself. The free is taken by Gantley, and he swings it calmly and puts it high and over the bar. Well, I think a lot of the Galway players feel this might well be their day, and they lead by 111 to 9 points. This is out once more, back by Daly, appeals once again. Every decision at this stage being argued about, but it's going to be a sideline ball. Kevin Boberick waiting, likewise Joe Rabbit there being marked still by Sean McMahon. And this sideline ball is about to be taken by Nigel Shaughnessy from Loughrea. Daly. Gantley goes after it, gets it forward to Joe Rabbit. Beautiful pass back towards Rory Gantley. Gantley trying to get the ball in, but stymied by Brian Lowen, and he holds on too long, and it's a free out for Clare. Well, I'm sure all Clare fans are hoping that their particular team, who've been so wonderful during the 90s, retain their self-control and self-belief as well, but they're up against a very spirited Galway team here. Clancy playing the ball outside. Coming on for it there was Colin Lynch, rounding Cathal Moore. Clare fired up, and that ball has gone over the bar. Colin Lynch with a second point. Just when they look in trouble, they come storming back. Lynch giving leadership, and Lynch making it 111 to 10 points. And we've got some sideline news from Kieran Muldooney.
Not just any news, there, it's dramatic news. Jamesy O'Connor is warming up, and it looks like he's going to come into the game very shortly.
Yes, Jamesy is making his way out of the dugout. It's crisis time, I think the management feel. Their best forward by a country mile, ready to come in, but of course coming back from injury as Ollie Fahy hits this one. and that has gone over the bar. Again, Clare protests with the umpire, but that's a goal and 2 points now for Ollie Fahy. So this game is beautifully set up now, with lots and lots of time remaining. David Fitzgerald, you've never seen him really as fired up as this. Almost 45 minutes gone in the game. That's a great catch taken under pressure there by Cathal Moore. Joe Cooney stepping away from trouble, outside to Kevin Broderick. He's played a real roving commission. That's the role he's been given. That's a ball inside there towards Ollie Canning. Kearns was coming in as well. Canning trying to pick the ball up, looking for room to turn, getting away from Sean McMahon, and the shot has gone to the left. That's the second wide of the second half by Galway, and the 9th in all. Davy Fitzgerald, broken down by Paul Hardiman to the waiting Joe Cooney, sending in a low ball again in beyond Ollie Fahy, and this time he trips and tangles with Brian Lohan. And this is now the moment Clare fans have looked for. Injured in the Munster final replay against Tipperary, cracked an arm, had a plate inserted. Nobody expected him to come back this early, but he's back as a replacement for David Ford. Jamesy's gone into right half forward, a bit like old times with PG O'Connell operating at left half forward, and Niall Gilligan gone out to the 40. Will the switches have the desired effect from a Clare perspective? O'Connell tries to get the ball in. Stern defensive work by Nigel Shaughnessy, one-hander trying to clear the ball out. Conor Clancy trying to get away from the new full back in there, who was Peter Hubin. This runs on to Joe Cooney, and the master from Galway, from Sarsfields, drives it back down, taken beautifully by Frank Lohan. Frank having a very good season, but this is the end of the road for one of these teams, barring a draw. Huge drama, huge pressure, and that is a free in for a chop down. Brian Lohan the guilty party, and Brian Lohan being called across. Ollie Fahy back on his feet once again. The referee is speaking with Brian Lohan, and a yellow card is produced. He was warned earlier on. So Matt Murphy now, the man who's come back to take charge of Galway's hurling fortunes, hoping and wondering that this can be the day they get through to the semi-final, the match with Kilkenny. How they'd relish that. Gantley strikes, and it's just gone inside the right-hand post, but it was very, very close indeed. A second point for Rory Gantley. Brian Quinn looked at the umpire and said, "Are you serious?" or words to that effect. Davy Fitzgerald's puck out. 6 points between the teams. Is this the end of the road for Clare, at least for this particular season? And that's Cathal Moore down with an injury. He was struck after he hit the ball away. It'll be a free to Galway. Here he was contesting there, and hard to see where exactly he got it to the face. Colin Lynch was close to him, but he went down very dramatically. Well, Moore is still feeling his face. Sherlock now, I'm sure, wondering, can they stay in the championship? This free to be taken by Vinnie Marr. It's lobbed in there. Joe Rabbit trying to hold it, but it went from his left hand. Joe had moved in towards top of the right. This is dropped down once again towards Conor Clancy. Has moved out towards the 40, and another switch with Niall Gilligan. Gilligan is now full forward. Here's Ollie Baker rounding Kevin Broderick. Back once again towards Colin Lynch. Dropped in. Clare needs something big here. Can Markham produce? Seems to be tripped. Referee says play on. That was a close call. Up at the other end, it's Ollie Fahy, beautifully deflected away by Brian Lohan. Liam Doyle going across to try and deny Alan Kearns, and that went off the Clareman stick. Clare have been in some tight situations since they emerged as All-Ireland champions. Before that, Munster champions on that wonderful dramatic day for Clare Hurling down in Thurles in 1995. But this is a very sticky situation to which they find themselves. Time running out. Frank Lohan, here's another goal! Again, it's Ollie Fahy. The 50th minute of the match, and Fahy is now the scorer of 2 goals and 2 points. If Clare come back from this, they are some team. They trail by 2-13 to 10 points. Kevin Broderick can't take it up, instead it's Daly playing it in here towards Niall Gilligan. Gilligan with a shot, stopped in there, it's back in! Stephen McNamara, he's done it before in championship matches, he's done it again, just about a minute after Ollie Fahy's second goal. Well, it's turning out to be some match. You never have a Clare team beaten. Galway will have to fight to the very end. It's won here by Liam Doyle. The hand pass inside towards Sean McMahon, on to Ollie Baker. They're trying to turn this Galway defence, but Paul Hardyman stands firm, drops it back in there. Batted down by Ollie Canning. And the man who was trying to win possession there is Alan Kearns. Kearns was fouled, free to Galway. Well, this was that beautiful cut in by Joe Cooney, and when it was fumbled by Frank Lohan, Fahy was on hand. It was something of a fortunate break, but at the other end, Niall Gilligan dropped the ball in, and following in after it, doing what a good predator should do, was McMahon. Rory Gantley with the free. That's beautifully struck. He's a very good free taker. 3 frees, 3 points for Rory Gantley. Well, the Gantley, a very distinguished name, of course, in Galway hurling down the years. Cathal Moore having a very distinguished match here at centre-half back. Daly winning it back. It's flopped somewhat, and it's straight to Rabbit, and Rabbit has put it between the posts. The Galway fans who believed it was possible, I'm sure still believe it's possible, to lower the colours of their near neighbours and great rivals. Fergus Flynn not as influential in the second half, taking it this time, or trying to do so from Nigel Shaughnessy. Pressure applied here, kick down towards Niall Gilligan. Markham had run ahead of him. They look for further support. O'Connell arriving, stumbling. Good challenge coming in, and in the end an overhead pass, but it's gone off one of the backs according to the umpire. Liam Hodgins from Abingdon Irie not agreeing with that, but it was PJ O'Connell from O'Callaghan's Mills who was trying to set up that attack. This is the view now here on a beautiful afternoon, a little bit crisp, as Sean McMahon bids to point this 65. Where does he land it? He's put it over the bar. 4 points for Sean McMahon, and that is an invaluable free. He's made it 2-15 to 1-11. Let's go to the sideline once again to Kieran.
Have a look at the full forward line Clare are playing now, Ger. It's reassembled. Jamesy O'Connor top of the left, Niall Gilligan full forward, and then the other corner Stephen McNamara.
Well, let's just see what happens for the remaining minutes of the game. Plenty of time still to go. Vinnie Marr trying to get the ball out. Won't quite come up. Still they try to get it forward with McNamara trying to set up an attack. Everybody available inside there. Jamesy O'Connor sprinting after this one. Knocked back in, and it's gone off the stick of Vinnie Marr. It's another 65. And another scoring chance for Shawnee McMahon. Jamesy O'Connor there being marked by Paul Hardyman, but can he now play a major role in determining who goes through to the semi-finals? McMahon got the last one, and he's got this one as well. 5 shots taken, 5 points by Sean McMahon. It's a wonderful tally, but the margin is 6 points once again. 21 to 15 in points. There really is an amazing atmosphere here. Anthony Daly going first for that one, challenged by Ollie Canning. Colin Lynch trying to get it away. It's stopped here instead by Kevin Broderick. Broderick's pass is short, snapped up here by Liam Doyle. Hardiman going backwards, Marr put under pressure. Clancy trying to prod it forward. That was Ollie Baker falling. This is Cathal Moore looking for a big one. Great catch by Davy Fitzgerald. Great clearance, back down into the heart of the Galway defence. It's caught there by Clancy. He's got assistance, there's support, and now there's a chance, and it's another goal! And it's Niall Gilligan. The rate of recovery continues. Clare are still there in the hunt for victory. It's a wonderful match. Now look at the scoreline. Just 3 points in it. 55 minutes gone in the match. It was played beautifully forward here, and Niall Gilligan drilled it into the back of the empty net. Now who's going to take this quarter-final victory and a place in the semis? Joe Cooney pressurising. Gantry's there as well, but so too Sean McMahon. Back to Anthony Daly, half hitting it away, and as far as Kevin Broderick. Back once again it comes. McMahon trying to get it up onto his stick. Joe Cooney, who seems to have been pushed forward. And under pressure that ball is put out over the sideline. About 14 minutes to go. Paul Hardiman about to hit this one. Well, hit into open space. And the race for it won here by Ollie Canning. He turns Frank Lowen. Canning going forward himself. And that's gone right. That's 11 wides now by Galway. Will those misses prove very costly before the end of the 70 minutes? Players looking tired, looking weary. They've given everything they've got. And you can sense the wonderful local rivalry. Broderick once again playing a very deep role. This time lobbing it in towards David Fitzgerald. And he's a very good goalkeeper. A clearance down towards Jamesy O'Connor. Over there with Alan Markham. A despairing lunge across by Anthony Daly to try and take that. Gantry instead. He's again into space. Once more it's Frank Lowen emerging with it here. Taking it away from the attentions of Ollie Canning. Down towards Jamesy O'Connor. O'Connor going forward. Trying to ease into the Galway lead. Held on to well there. Here's another chance. The hand pass across. And it's gone off the post and it's come back. How did it stay out? Amazing. And Damien Howe comes out with it, and it's a free out to Galway. Whew. The referee's gone into the chat with one of his umpires. Jamesy O'Connor was protesting, so too was Niall Gilligan. But it's going to be a free out following all of this. And this was a marvellous run forward here, and involved Niall Gilligan. But that came back off the post and back down to safety. Stephen McNamara was on hand just in case, so too Gilligan. It's a free to Galway. Damien Howe in no particular hurry. About 12 minutes to play. Again, it's Galway trying to set up a scoring opportunity, but it's snatched away by Anthony Daly, the marvellous captain of this Clare team. Great catch by Liam Hodgins. Heroes all over the field. Galway may have had the better of the first half, but there were only 4 points between them at the break. And now the lead down to just 3. Colin Lynch sending it inside once more. Conor Clancy with the hand pass outside towards Gilligan. Now can Clare make this chance here pay in the shape of another score? A point perhaps, or a goal! The equaliser! Alan Markham! looking like they were out of the championship and had no hope. But now look at the scoreline. Not a finish to be missed. This was wonderful skill here. Set up beautifully. And just when it looked like a point for the taking, in stepped once again the man with that goal chance. Level for the first time. That goal by Alan Markham. 58 minutes were gone at that stage. This time it's taken down beautifully by Nigel Shaughnessy. Sent inside there again towards Anthony Daly. Galway looked like they had it won. And here comes James O'Connor, he's inspiring them. Outside once again to Colin Lynch, trying to drag it forward. Chased there by the other number 9, Fergus Flynn. Still Lynch. A controversial figure last year, playing his part in this wonderful quarter-final. There may be those who question the backdoor system, but we've had a great game here, and Ollie Baker can put Clare in front. Unbelievable! Clare in front for the first time in this match. Baker with 2 points. What will Galway's response be? Joe Cooney picking out Kevin Broderick. Perhaps he needs to play further up the field to set up scoring chances and to maybe take them at the other end. That's Brian Quinn trying to tap the ball back, almost getting in a muddle with Sean McMahon. Instead it's Daly who takes it out there on the little rock of flares. Once more it's a beautiful hand pass for Ollie Canning, looking for the equaliser. It's over. His first point. Does either team deserve to lose this? But that's the situation. 3-13 to 2-16. Davy Fitzgerald was very animated earlier on. Things weren't going their way. There were a number of calls they disapproved of. But now they've regained their composure and they're right back in this. Galway, the ones who are now trying to apply the pressure once again and come downfield for a score. Joe Rabbit here. Rabbit opting to lob it, and he's lobbed it to the left and he's put it wide. There were a couple of players waiting inside for it. It's real edge of the seat stuff here at Croke Park in the Skinnis All-Ireland quarter-final. Galway must have been thinking about a possible revenge match against Kilkenny. Remember Thurles and 97? That's broken down here towards PJ O'Connell. O'Connell scampers away from Nigel Shaughnessy's attempted challenge. On for Jamesy O'Connor. Once again Clare looked for a lead, but the pass has gone astray. Won back however by Gilligan. Here's Jamesy O'Connor waiting for it if it comes his way. Holds the ball on his stick and he hits it to the left. That's just Clare's first wide of the second half and just their 5th in all. Tony Considine in to offer a fresh pair of boots to one of the players. I think it's maybe Ollie Baker. It is Ollie Baker. Play continues. Liam Hodgins under pressure. Or rather, not Liam Hodgins, it's Alan Kearns applying the pressure. And it turns this shot into a scoring opportunity and he puts it over the bar. He's got 5 points. A memorable contribution by the left half forward of Galway. They have a 1-point advantage. Pat Fitzgerald in the background, the Clare County Secretary, with a worried look in his face. Kearns needing a little water. Clare's looking for a break, I think. And this is where Ollie Baker can apply the new boots assisted there by the team doctor. Of Niall Gilligan, a goal and a point. Being marked at this stage of the match by Peter Huben. The players have given every solitary ounce of energy that they possess in the interest of this wonderful game of hurling. That's added to there by Colin Lynch, who will respond quickly. Galway get it forward towards Joe Rabbit. Rabbit has assistance outside him if he needs it. Nigel Shaughnessy was available, but it's PJ O'Connell who battles. Daly gets it forward. It's stopped here by Ollie Canning, and Canning is fouled by Frank Lohan, and it's a free for Galway. Well, nearly 64 minutes gone, so 6 minutes still to play. And that's Fergus Flynn, who is down injured. Had a very good first half. I think everybody will be pleased just with a little break in this 100 miles an hour match. This is what happened here as Ollie Canning was challenged and dragged down by Frank Lohan. Lohan from the Wolf Tones club in Shannon, of course. Rory Gantley has come out to take the free. He's midway, as you can see, between the two 65s. He's got 3 from 3 so far. Pops it up, wind assisted and beautifully directed. His 4th point. He tries to get the crowd, I think, to get right behind this Galway effort for the remaining minutes of the match. And Galway have a 2-point lead. Is there now a Clare response once again? Fergus Flynn, recovered from injury, has hit it straight at Daly. Clare, who really had to work hard to get back and eat into the 9-point advantage, has that sapped their energy? Have they something left? Alan Markham would like to think so. Kicking, stopped on the goal line, and it's gone for a 65. Oh, a dramatic finish to the game, no doubt about that. Peter Hubin having some words with some of his defenders to make sure that they remain on their toes. This was hit in by Conor Clancy, and once again it was Alan Markham who was raiding, this time using his boot. Sean McMahon looking for another. 5 so far. He strikes it well. He strikes it accurately. And once again there's only a point separating these two marvellous teams. 24 to 23. Well, now who's your money on? Damien Howe with the clock out. Possession the key here now. Sean McMahon rises, but Robin rises higher still. Plays it outside to Ollie Canning. This may wrap it. He's hit it off the post. It comes back to Rory Gantley, and Gantley hits him wide. Oh, well, you have to pity poor Ollie Canning here. He could have made a huge name for himself there. He was anxious to track it as hard as he could, and it came off the upright, or rather the crossbar, and down to safety. Back in the Galway half-back line, it's Nigel Shaughnessy, and that'll be a sideline ball to Clare. Just over 3 minutes to play. Jarlath Clunan, as the other selectors have done, pacing up and down. Colin Flynn there, the physio for Clare. Liam Doyle about to hit this. So just a point in it. And it's won back by Paul Hardyman of Galway. Conor Clancy trying to take possession. Ball is handled on the ground, I think, and it's going to be a free for Clare. And they bring Sean McMahon up to take it. McMahon has hit 6 points so far from 6 frees, and he's got this opportunity now to level the match. The angle makes it a more difficult free, however. McMahon is a master. Level once more for the 2nd time in the game, and that with just about 2 minutes to play. What odds now? A replay. 3:15 to 2:18. A real epic clash here. This is Ollie Canning once again, trying to turn Frank Lohan, trying to squeeze the space from him. And that's away in the end there by Colin Lynch. It was touched by a Galway player on the way out as Matt Murphy lives on his nerves. 2 well-prepared teams, and I think they'd probably settle for another day. Dickie Murphy showing the breeze favouring Galway with that white flag. Liam Doyle about to hit it. A minute and a half to play. Not a particularly good shot, however, but still pressure. That's back by Paul Hardyman. The turn here by Brian Lohan, effective in getting the ball back down into the middle. 2 sides hurling well. Fergus Flynn. It's 1-on-1 in front of goal. And Fahy goes down. Or rather, yes, Sally Fahy, the one who went down, and Davy Fitzgerald takes it away. Good clearance under pressure by the goalkeeper. But it'll be back in the face of the Clare backs once again. Davies gone down injured, and it's going to be a free to Clare from where the ball lands. Fouled late as he was making his clearance. He's played his part, even if it's been a day when Clare conceded a couple of goals. 5 goals in the match in all, and the Gardaí and officials about to ring the Croke Park pitch. Look at that, 30 seconds to play plus injury time. McMahon looking to squeeze this one inside the right hand post. It's batted out by Damien Howe. Still level then. Markham trying to get it back in. Gilligan's in after it. Howe knocks it out somehow as far as Liam Hodgins. Well, it'll be very much at the discretion of the referee as to how much time he's going to add on. Ollie Cunningham would have won the match, and he's gone down injured, and the referee has not awarded a free. Instead, I think he is saying that is the end of the contest, and two sides who battled for 70 minutes, gave it everything they possess, will have to meet all over again. Well, that presumably will be in the next week or so, and for the record, Galway created 39 scoring chances, Clare 30, and I think there'll be some controversy about the non-awarding of a free at the very end there, when Frank Lohan quite clearly took down the Galway player coming through, but the referee did not allow time for a free to be taken. Matt Murphy will be pleased with his charges. They gave it everything. So did Clare. And at Croke Park in the second of the Guinness quarterfinals, it ends. Clare 3-15, Galway 2-18, 24 points apiece. Well done to both teams. And let's go straight down to the sideline to Kieran Mullooly.
I'm getting tired saying this, Gerlock, now. When will this Clare team ever stop to amaze you?
Well, I mean, today was an amazing display because we were way behind our best in the first half. You know, we were struggling all the way through, and next thing, when our backs were really to the wall, we produced a fantastic performance, you know, and looking to live to fight another day in one way. Could have won it in another way, but I think both teams will be happy with the results in the end.
Certainly, incredible second half performance. You called on your players to reach deep as far as they could, and they actually responded to it.
Well, at half time we said, you know, we're facing the end of the road. You know, it was simple as that, and we had to go out with all guns blazing in the second half and give it everything, and we tried everything we possibly could. Lucky enough, we got the goals when they badly needed. 9 points down at one stage, came back and draw it. Maybe could have won it, but I mean, what a second half that was for both teams. Tremendous hurling there in the second half.
One last question, Jerry. You said it all year. It's very difficult to come back after games like this and produce it again. Only in 7 days' time.
Well, I tell you, we're just glad to be back again. You know, it's like after the Munster final, another chance, and here we are. We have another chance again. So, I mean, we need another game after playing like that. We were very sluggish in the first half, and I think the game will do us all the good this time, rather than wearing us out. The game will have done us a lot of good. So, all looking forward to the next day, whenever that will be.
And perhaps even James O'Connor might start.
He probably will. Well, if there's a thought that he will start, if it's a week, maybe not. You know, but I think he made a huge difference psychologically when he came on today.
What about the replay? I know that with me at the moment, with you join us at the moment is Jarlath, including the Galway select. Jarlath, incredible game.
It was a great game, yeah. I think from start to finish it was top class hurling, and that's what you'd expect between Galway and Clare. I think the next day will be another day, and I don't know where we're going to do it or how we're going to do it to rise to it, to beat these guys.
I saw the man beside you have smiling at your manager, Manny Murphy, a few moments for the final whistle. It was an incredible finish, great excitement.
Yeah, I think we'd have all settled for a draw at that stage.
What about the replay now? Is there a sense going away from this that you've missed your chance?
I wouldn't think so, no. We'll have a chat about it. We'll go to the Galway races and enjoy them, and we'll sit down and think about it then.
Sure, you're going to the Galway races all week, right?
Well, yeah, and I think another thing to find out is the play was a tremendous sporting game, you know, on and off the field. No ranking whatsoever, only brilliant hurling on both sides, and it's only fitting that you meet again to decide it on another day.
Jarlath, don't you have a serious point about the injuries as well? You had some problems, you lost Brian early. How are you going to be ready for a replay?
Yeah, we have a number of serious injuries, and that's going to be a major problem for us. Brian Feely, Mike Healy and Eugene, and also Kevin Broderick picked up a very serious injury as well, but we had to play on in the second half, or had to play on in the second half.
Gentlemen, your teams provided great entertainment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, I concur. Absolutely wonderful entertainment. Hope you enjoyed it. They'll have to do it all over again.
Well, we certainly did enjoy it.